Hey there, and welcome to Shift Happens with Shay. I'm Shay, your host and licensed marriage and family therapist. This podcast is where we dive into all the shift life throws our way, whether it's relationships, mental health, personal growth, or just figuring out this crazy journey of adulting. Here, we're all about honest conversation, real stories, and a whole lot of laughs as we tackle life's challenges together. This is your space to grow, explore, and feel seen. So grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of coffee or wine, and let's get ready to shift through it all. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, no matter what life brings us, we're in this together. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be back. I know it's been a hot minute. I'm going to do better. Because I'm feeling better, to be quite honest. Usually I know when I'm on Instagram and I go live on my stories, and when I have moments of disappearing sometimes, it feels most often it's because things are going on for me and a lot of self-reflect, things with my health, things possibly in my family relationships or obligations. But this time, it's been mostly really good, positive self-reflections I've been going through. I've done a lot of growth in the background. I've gotten involved in a different sport. I'm out here pole dancing, y'all. Yes, your favorite licensed marriage and family therapist is out here being a pole fairy or attempting to be. So I'm excited about that. Being able to move my body again and not feel like I got to push and struggle to get some movement, whether that's walking or doing something as exciting as pole, because honestly, it's been a long time since I've done any type of resistance strength training. I've been doing more yoga, going to meditations, going to sound baths. I've been doing a lot of growth in the background, a lot of things for myself. So it's honestly been really good. And my beautiful loves, that goes into what today's session is all about. Today's episode is a little love letter to the quiet places, to the moments of growth that no one claps for, to the shifts you're making deep in your spirit that don't always come with a before and after photo or a big announcement. This one is for you if you ever thought, why do I feel different, but nothing around me has changed? Why am I doing the work, but no one sees it? We're talking about the quiet shift. This is the place of transformation where the internal growth feels invisible to others, but is deeply felt by you. And this rings so true because it's not like a lot of people have been coming up to me and saying, Shay, I've noticed you've been more lively, more energetic, happier, etc., etc. It hasn't been like this huge thing. It's more of if I've mentioned it or talk about it, then people can feel it, but not because they sensed it themselves. And that's not necessarily a horrible thing. So let's get into it. Like, what is the quiet shift, Shay? Tell me about this. Well, we all got that moment. You lock in, disappear for 6 months, them little memes that say that, and then come back and you'll glow up. Well, sometimes growth doesn't look like launching a business or changing your hair or leaving a relationship. Sometimes, but those do count, but sometimes your quiet shift can look like I'm saying no more when I used to say yes all the time. I have learned to rest without feeling guilt. Or I'm not texting back. Like, I'm not making myself super accessible anymore. Like, there's a criteria to this. And I'm prioritizing myself more right now. Or not feeling the need to explain yourself to others. Over explaining your purpose and what you're doing, like you stop doing it. Or even finally allowing yourself to feel, no longer suppressing your feelings, emotions, thoughts, and all the things that are going on within you. The quiet shift addresses growth like this. Like, it's not necessarily anybody is seeing it or noticing as often, but like it's the quiet things you're doing for yourself, the quiet habits you're forming for a better, more authentic life for yourself, something that resonates more deeply with you. We're taught to only celebrate transformations when it's visible or validated by others. But what about soul led growth? The deep self discovery, the self reflection, introspective insight you're learning, like you're gaining. It's often subtle and slow, but it's also so sacred. It's a beautiful moment for us. And these quiet shifts are also needed in those moments. We need some quiet shifts. And these shifts are more personable, not personable, they're more personal for us. And that's what matters most. Like, we're here to show up for ourselves when we do, such as those examples I mentioned before, like resting without guilt, not texting everybody back as soon as a text comes in, not explaining yourself or allowing yourself to feel, or even just saying no. When we're doing those changes, they look small and people are not noticing it or clapping it up for you, but you're noticing the difference because you feel different inside. And just because they can't see it doesn't mean it's not real. It's so real because you feel the shift in you. You feel empowered. You feel more clear about yourself. You're feeling more insightful about yourself. You're feeling more attuned to yourself. And those are huge wins. And they deserve to be celebrated by you. With that moment, let's take a little pause here. I want you to think about something you've shifted inwardly this month. Yeah, just take a moment. Maybe you handled a trigger differently. Maybe you chose peace instead of proving your point. Let that count. Take a little moment here. We're going to pause for a little mini second and really think about it. And at least if you can't think about it now, write that down and come back to it later and build up that list because, again, you deserve to be celebrated during your quiet shift. Yeah, think about how you shifted this time, this month, internally. Okay? But then it's just like, okay, Shay, so I'm hyping myself up. I'm celebrating myself in this quiet shift, but why doesn't anyone see it? Well, think about it. We live in a culture that celebrates the hustle, productivity, and the glow up, right? So here we are, conditioned and constructed to learn that these are big moments that deserve to be celebrated. And to be quite honest, yeah, if you're out here hustling it up, girl, go get your bag. If you're glowing up because now you see yourself just transforming and shifting and blossoming into the person you've wanted to be, but you needed to let go of some baggage, do your thing. And then productivity, we talked a little bit about this a few sessions ago, but productivity does not equal your self-worth. It does not determine that. Like, it's great if you were able to be productive after feeling you've been in a slump. Those are beautiful moments and should be celebrated, but they're not the only things that need to be celebrated. And that's where we shift our mindset here. This is when that transformation and we move over to a different side, that we want to learn to celebrate spiritual growth, emotional maturity, even your nervous system regulations. Like, these are things that don't get trophies. There's no certificate for this that's like, hey, regulated a system regulation today. I see what you do with that amygdala over there, shutting that alarm system down. Good job. No one's doing that unless it comes in a form of quote unquote punishment or after a large incident, like an anger management class. Like, maybe you get a certificate of that. I don't know, but that's not the same. It don't feel the same way when people are like, oh, I see you in your bag, girl, go ahead. Leave that 9 to 5. It's different. But we should be hyping ourselves up. And the more you hype yourself up about this kind of stuff, we're teaching others in our circle how to enjoy and celebrate those spiritual wins, the emotional wins, all the other physical wins that are not like this huge, big, like before and after, but more of, I don't know, maybe you started to eat a little better. Maybe you started to enjoy more fruits, or maybe you just added more greens. And not everybody's seeing the direct change right away, but you've noticed the change inside yourself. But sometimes people don't see that. And that's okay though. Sometimes people around you are used to the version of you that performed, that people pleased, or overfunctioned. And when you shift, it challenges their comfort because now they're seeing you become your more authentic self. And remember, anything when we're making changes in our lives, relationships, all those kind of different relational dynamics, we are changing our homeostasis. We are challenging the status quo in our lives. And this challenges comfort because we've all gotten used to a certain level of performing for one another. But when you're choosing no longer to perform, that doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you're evolving. Your quiet shift is still a revolution. This is revolutionary for you. The people around you may not get it yet and may not marinate yet, but I'm telling you, boo, keep pushing with these quiet moments with yourself, because the ones who get it will get it. When you start talking and they just see it they hear it in your voice, they see how you're carrying yourself now. They notice that you're no longer people pleasing. They notice that you're no longer overdoing things, like overproducing when you should be resting. You're no longer performing to be liked by others. And the ones who are uncomfortable, they'll take themselves out. The trash always does. And the ones who'll stay are here for the growth and the transformation. And then you'll eventually hear it. Girl, you better. I love this revolution. So let's normalize. Normalize. What the heck? That sounded a little weird all for me. Let's normalize. Excuse me. I'm human, not perfect. We're going to normalize invisible growth. And here's what I want you to remember, that one, growth is saying this no longer feels like me, because we're always allowed to change, okay? You're always allowed to give yourself permission to not like something anymore, to not want something for yourself anymore, to not want to operate a certain way. You're allowed to make modifications in your life. You're allowed to extract things from your life, and that goes for people too. It's okay. Growth says that's fine. It's literally growing. Growth, number two, growth is outgrowing patterns. Even if people don't notice, they may not notice that you're no longer doing a habit. Sometimes it takes people a little bit longer to notice things. I mean, the people who care, they'll be looking and be like, oh, wow, lately I've realized you haven't been doing XYZ anymore. We're outgrowing patterns, even when others don't see it. And three, growth is private healing, setting boundaries, and showing up softer. We have to normalize not explaining our glow up. You don't have to explain or prove your glow up. There's no competition to this. We don't have to perform no more. You had the glow up and you felt it and it was needed. And it's okay to not have to sit here and prove to someone why your glow up is valid just because it wasn't loud. Just because you didn't get a promotion or you didn't graduate or start a business or whatever. Your glow up, your quiet shift is just as valid, girl. You don't gotta explain nothing. Keep it moving. Fix your crown. Keep moving. Let's normalize also releasing the need for applause. Trust. I love a good old applause. Yay! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Because I mean, who doesn't? It feels good. And maybe that's because my Leo rising. But you don't need them though. They're nice to have, but release the need for applause. It's okay to want them from time to time, but you don't need them in order to validate your growth. You don't. And also, normalize feeling proud without performance. And I said that a little bit earlier, didn't I? So feel proud about it. You don't need to do a whole hoorah. We don't need to all go to dinner and it be a big old thing. Like, it don't have to be that. You don't have to put on this bravado. Like, you could just be you. Be you, girl. It's okay. You don't need everything to be this huge breakthrough moment to validate what's been brewing beneath the surface. You don't need that. You're allowed to just feel proud about yourself and take yourself out for a nice little walk, or maybe journal about the changes you've noticed, giving yourself a nice big hug, like looking in the mirror and be like, girl, you did that. Those are all celebrating those wins. You don't got to explain that. You don't need an applause for that. And you can feel proud about it without it being a whole show. I mean, if you love a show, then do the show because you want a show, but not because it's going to validate your self worth or your belongingness. Don't do it for that because you already belong. Okay. So, you know what? Your therapist love to give some journal prompts, don't she? Shay love to give some of those, don't she? She do. I just love for you guys to reflect. I don't think that's a horrible thing. I want you guys to build insight because I am a very insight oriented therapist and I love me some narrative. And narrative comes with letter writing. So these journal prompts are letters to you, okay? So I just want you to either reflect or maybe later on when you have some time, write it out. I have 3 prompts for you. 1, where have I grown in ways that no one else can see, but I can feel? Yeah, girl, go ahead and start counting and identifying those quiet shifts, those quiet wins. In what ways have you grown that no one else can see and but you have felt? Number 2, what parts of me have shifted without needing to be announced? Like you didn't plan this with anybody else. You didn't come out here and say, I'm going to do a 5-day challenge, da 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 da. But what parts of you, emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever, what parts of you have shifted without needing to be announced? And then next one, last one, what quiet decision or behavior proves I'm healing even if nobody notices? Proves to you, not to nobody else. Because remember, we just said that you don't have to prove your quiet shift. I want you to know how it proves to you because you're the only one that really should be noticing. This is for you, it ain't for nobody else. What quiet decisions or behavior proves I'm healing even if no one noticed? Reflect on those, write them down later, write them down now as I continue to talk. You just do what you need. Show up for yourself the way you need during this time with these prompts, okay? Perfect. All right, so that was a nice pause for ourselves. And we're going to move into celebrating the shifts because, like I said, go ahead and celebrate those small wins because they deserve it. You're allowed to feel proud of internal milestones. I know the world says no, it needs to be outward, it needs to be big, bang, shiny. Like it's got to be a whole bunch of stuff, but it really don't have to be all of that for yourself. I mean, like if you love to do that for yourself, go for it. I love it because who doesn't like a little bit of drama? But yeah, just know that just because it's not this huge quote unquote breakthrough that you've been crying and praying for this for years and you were out here makeup all dragged down your face or banging walls, sliding down walls really. Just because you weren't going through this internal crisis does not mean it's not allowed to be celebrated. You're allowed to celebrate these quiet wins, these quiet decisions. You're allowed to feel proud of them. You're allowed to validate yourself even when no one claps. Clap it up for you. Round of applause for yourself. Shoot, I'm going to clap it up for you right now because I know you got some internal wins and I don't know about it, but I'm just going to clap it up for you because I know you did it. That was amazing of you to do for yourself, to make that habit switch, that mindset shift, to just think about wanting to do something different for yourself. And it didn't have to be announced on Instagram. Like, hey guys, starting a new habit today. Wish me luck. No, you just decided to go do it because you felt the need for this change in order to be closer to a more whole you. And that's beautiful. So here's a clap. Here's these claps. Okay, do it up. Because the truth is, you are not the same woman you were 6 months ago. You're not. Shoot, we're barely the same person or people that we were just last month. We're always changing in some kind of way, but you're not the same. Beautiful for you. Even if your world doesn't look different, you do. And that's enough. So enough. I hope you're receiving it. I hope it's settling in because you truly are enough. I always love this for you guys. I always love when people are winning. I love when people are noticing themselves and noticing all the things that they need or want, and they're just going for it. We're not waiting for permission anymore. We're not waiting for everybody to give us a key to a door. Like you get to decide the door. Go through that sparkly pink door, that metallic blue. I don't know what your door looks like. Just go after it because you deserve to do so. You deserve to still celebrate yourself because on top of that, people make it seem like it's a crazy thing or that it's narcissistic because that's everybody's favorite word, their favorite word to say now. When you are proud of yourself, when you are taking moments to yourself, people feel uncomfortable, and that's when they start thinking that you think that you're too good for them, And when they do notice the change, they're projecting. And that's not for you to heal, that's for somebody else. Remember, it's already enough. We're not responsible for our trauma, but we are responsible for our own healing, which means we are not responsible for healing other people. So just because someone feels hurt or feels really insecure about you celebrating your wins or the quiet wins when they start noticing them, that it makes them feel, instead of celebrating you, it makes them feel inferior. That is not a you problem, that is a them problem. Okay? Not a you problem, a them problem. So I hope that during this whole segment, we've been really thinking about some of those wins. I gave examples of some of mine, and there's not no big transformation on mine. Like, you seeing my pictures, really, like between last month and this month with my pole dancing, you really wouldn't know that I've been doing it unless I posted my pictures. And I'm not about to do that. I don't know if I'm there yet. I don't know if I'm there yet, but I will say, like, a quiet win for me, or a quiet decision, I decided to move forward with buying my first pole heels. And that was amazing for myself. And that was my celebration to myself. When I went and asked my instructor if she thought I was ready or when is the right time to do it, and she was like, now, go for it. Like, you got to break them in, so just go for it. And me just not, doubting myself or psyching myself out, I just told myself, yes, I'm doing that. And I got a cute pair, and I'm so excited because at the time of this recording, this is supposed to come today. So hopefully by the time this actually goes out to you guys, I do have my heels. And maybe I'll show them, because Shift Happens with Shay is personal. It's shift that happens for you and me, and we're going through this transformative journey together. We're in it together. That's why you always hear we. I know I'm just like a voice floating in like your car or in your ear or wherever you got me, but we are going through transformations together as you're really thinking about things that are going on in your life. And I'm honored that you let me in, just like I'm letting you in now. So that's my example of a quiet decision I made on my own. I was so excited to do it. I just went, did it, purchased it. And then I told my pole fairy friends and my besties later, even my mom. My sister was like, oh my God, those are high. Yeah, they're 7 inches. Yeah, they're 7 inches of glory, and I can't wait to get them in. Y'all just don't get how excited I am for it. Because, like I told y'all, we're not the same women we were 6 months ago. I'm definitely not the same person I was in February. I was very depressed half of February and was trying to make different shifts. Like, oh, I've come such a long way from then. But not everybody can see all those moves in me, the things I was doing in the background to feel closer to who I feel I am, to embody the version of Shantanique that I know that I am. And that goes for you too. Everybody won't see it, and that's okay. Doesn't mean you're not doing it. Doesn't mean it's not important. Doesn't mean it shouldn't be celebrated. Celebrate those wins. Clap it up for yourself, because you're doing the damn thing. Yeah, the world doesn't have to drastically change around you just for you to then validate your applause for yourself. It's enough. So, my loves, with that being said, here's our closing affirmations. Woohoo! Here we go. Even my invisible growth is worthy of celebration. Even my invisible growth is worthy of celebration. I honor the shift even if no one else sees it. I honor the shift even if no one else sees it. I am transforming quietly, completely, and on purpose. I am transforming quietly, completely, and on purpose. I hope one of those sat with you, marinated, and resonated, because you guys are so worthy. I know I said it so much today during this episode, but it's true. You really are. You guys are amazing. I know each of you listening, you're going through your own things, and life sometimes just feels like it's knocking you down. But every decision you're making for yourself, not just the big ones, but those small ones too, they matter. And you're getting closer to that embodied version of yourself. And if you don't know what that version of yourself looks like, maybe I need to talk about a segment on it, because take that time to really visualize her.
And maybe, like I said, we'll have a session on it, because I want you to be her. You don't have to, like, when they say becoming her, you are her. She's inside. She just needs to be allowed out. I'm just saying. But you guys are amazing. As always, I adore you all. And some things before I like head out and whatnot, I am really locking in on myself. So that website is coming, y'all. I've been working on it for quite some time. Yes, in the back of my head, that perfectionist is like, girl, this should have been posted like March. And a girl was going through it. So I'm giving myself grace, okay? I'm allowing myself to forgive myself for not being in the place, or forgiving myself for thinking I needed to hustle during my downtime. Absolutely not. I'm in a soft era. I am soft and luxurious. But it is coming out, and I hope you guys love it. I'm going to come out with my aromatherapy line, my reed diffusers, my car diffusers, and then also my shower steamers with some bath salts and candles. I'm coming out with them. I hope you guys love them. I'm thinking mostly the candles probably won't be until maybe winter time, just because fall's around the corner and your girl's not prepared to go and do all of that. I'm not prepared, but the everything else, I mean, I'm gonna get those out. I'm gonna tease them, and that's going to be under my beautiful shop called Rose and Shift, and the story will be on my website. Because hey, I love a good butterfly because that talks about transformation, but a rose is my favorite flower because it is vulnerable, yet it has its guard up from time to time, like its thorns. It's able to protect itself and yet still be beautifully vulnerable, beautifully delicate, just like I feel that I am, and I'm sure some of you beautiful souls are. And we're really focused on the power of scent, because scent takes us places. Scent takes us back to moments, seconds, a day in time. And you can recall so much. Like when you smell the salt in the ocean, it takes you to maybe the best day of your life by the sea. Or when you're just walking through a garden and you smell certain flowers, it takes you back maybe to your grandma's backyard or whatnot. It's just, it's so powerful. So I'll get into that a bit more, but just look out for that. I'm super excited for it to come to you guys and love to hear your feedback on that. Yeah, so I just want to put that out there. So some of that's coming out, deciding whether I want to get my affirmation cards back out there eventually. Possibly I will be doing that. I look out for some guided meditations from me. I might post that on the podcast, but honestly, it may just be on my YouTube page. And I know I've been talking about going into my actually showing my face. I'm just trying to get it set up, y'all. I really am. And the perfectionist in me is like, yes, other people just say do it, but I know just to a certain level I want to be able to show myself. And not because I need to doll myself up. I'm not really like doing all of that. But I do want to be in a place where I can invite you guys into my world in my little office and be seen and be able to receive you guys and y'all not be super distracted. We'll figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. Okay. I'm gonna get it together. I'm learning. I'm really learning. But come on, stick with me with the shift. I'm loving you guys. Thank you for being here. I'm trying to say like I'm loving it, but thank you guys for being on this journey with me and allowing me in. I'm super honored. And if this episode spoke to you, I love to hear about the shifts you're honoring. So you can send me a DM. You can tag me on Instagram at Shift Happens with Shay. If you're in the professional world and you just want to connect with me, you can find me on LinkedIn, Shantanique Morking. I'm on there, loving all of it. And if you have your stories, like I mentioned, I would love to share some. And if you needed advice or you need help with anything, some insight, reach out. Though now, if you need some therapy, you need to go reach out and go find your match, okay? I'm just saying, when I say DM me, that doesn't mean we're going to have a session, but I am here for you. I support you guys, and you're never alone. Shift happens, but you don't have to do it alone. So I love you guys. Keep being amazing. Celebrate all those wins because you deserve it. And also, I would be happy. I think I'm going to start looking to probably bringing guests on. I don't know. I mean, I already have some people in mind that I can ask and reach out to. But I think we'll do that. And I think I'll mostly do that along the way after I can get the not physical, the actual visuals, like me actually doing a video podcast. I think once I can get this set up for myself, I'll go ahead and bring some amazing experts that are in my life who can give you guys a little, shift in your lives that can impact your transformation, that can be a part of your journey just as you've allowed me to be a part of yours. So love you guys. Have an amazing day. Keep being great. All right. Bye, guys. You're the best. Mwah.